So this is the town of Jesustovia. I'm going to try and give a pretty fast tour. So the town started down in the area by the beach, and it was slowly expanded towards the road at the southeast. And the farm was added in after that. Next was the area to the south where there's some more farms, a stable, etc. And then it was expanded to the east. And during this time also, one of the residents, a man named Ezekiel, decided to build this island as his own personal haven. So we're going to start out from here at Jesus' house on his humble ranch. So Jesus has this nice humble ranch where the farm workers, they live right next to their fields. So each household takes care of a separate field. There's a storage area here where, you know, in theory, all of these workers are able to store everything. As we follow this road from the entrance on this side of town, we reach the farm shed, the barn I should say, and the farm shed. Oof. Alright, let's get going, buddy. Stop laying down on the job. We're gonna continue along this strip here, and we're gonna view some of the nicest houses in town first. This is where the sheriff of the town lives at. To my wife. She really likes chickens, so she's got a really nice chicken coop back here. Multiple chicken coops. And a whole bunch of chickens. Oh, no, not again. Come on. Let's get up, buddy. Okay. Continuing on. We've got a house for some farmers, followed by house where my friend lives at. He takes care of the horses. He's not a big fan of his wife, but she's the mother of his child. So he tends to come in here, and he's got his bag of spices and his wine all kept out of reach from the child. Little what appears to be possibly a weed plant growing in here, but that's nobody's business. Now we're continuing down this lower road, and we've got our vendors all set up on this street, an easy spot for the traveling people to find them. The first 3 houses that were built in the village for each of our 3 players. We've got a street here which has a herbalist hut at the end, a lumber mill, and the police department right here. Now we make our way down to town. The first area of town that was built, I call this area the north side of Jesustovia. We've got a few houses here along with our hunting lodge, our sewing hut here. Every backyard's got a clothesline. They've got some places to sit and stuff. We've got our kitchen right over here with a little selection of food out ready for anybody who comes by and needs to eat it. You may be familiar with the mine that's located here. It's a big part of why I chose to have the town here. Right here we can see the first food hut that was put here, which we got some food stored out here, and inside it looks like a pretty normal place, some food stored up. What you may not expect is a little hiding spot up top where Jesus likes to hang out, get a little bit drunk, and smoke a little bit of spices and just have a good time. None of the villagers are allowed to know of that place, so usually I speak very quietly of it. Now we can continue to the water where we've got our tavern all nicely walled in. Nice little pier. We've got some houses of our fishermen. Our blacksmith has one of the nicest houses in town. So we want to make sure they provide us with the best weapons that they can. Weapons, armor, etc. Tools. Now we come back through town by the kitchen. This is where we can see a spot where Jesus likes to go to preach at. The windmill here is not used, but it's a part of the town center where everybody likes to gather at. We've got an archery range right here, a good spot to practice with the bows. Now the next area of town that was built after this whole area was filled out, and those spots up the hill, is the public garden. Before we go there, I'm going to show you this is where the beekeeper works at. Then we continue to the public garden. This is when I stopped cutting down trees and I started building around the trees. So right here, yeah, I'll show you the church first. I followed a YouTube video in order to build this church, which is a sewing hut on the front, and it's a house on the back. So we've got seating in here for the church people. We've got a spot for offerings. You know, all the stuff that you'd really expect to have in one of these churches. We've got some clothing out here for any people who join the village, and the cemetery, which is still empty. Nobody in this village has reached the ripe old age and passed away yet. So the church also has a place to park the horses at. So right here is just a few houses for when our senior citizens want to retire. We've got a retirement community for them right on St. Bob's Beach, where they've got a game of horseshoe tossing set up. So we'll help keep the old Bettys busy in their last days. Now we continue on to the last area of town that was built. Right here I've got housing for the military, which of course we don't need a military, but it's, you never know, it's good to have, right? So here's the actual military barracks, or the military grounds I should say. There's a training area for combatants. Here we've got a spot with a variety of weapons that are available to be used in combat. And we've got this house here which is built as a equipment storage. We've got some legwear, armor, helmet, a little bit of weapons, some shields up on the walls, you know, just everything that you may need to suit up with. Also, here in the training area, we've got plenty of dummies, and we've got a large uphill crossbow range, so a really good spot to practice your ranged combat with a good difficulty curve to it. So now we continue to my favorite side of town. We've got some houses on the left, nothing too special. They've, you know, they've all got a clothesline and some seating out in their backyards, you know, all the necessities. We've got the south entrance of town right here, which has some space underneath of it where, I'll show you, it's where the, in theory, the guards could hang out, they could sit down, have a break, they could cook a little bit of food on the fire. They got some storage in here. Now this side of town also has a tavern. We get the sheep field right here, followed by the tavern. This tavern's also a little fancy, you know. I rather have it dressed up a little than be too boring, so let's get a little deck going around it. Plenty of booze on the tables. Ooh, let's get off that lamp. Here's just an outdoor seating area. Some of the villagers like it, some of them don't. It's just a nice little spot to get out of the rain, essentially. This house across the road. It's got his own nice little bathing area. You know, he can stand back here in the backyard. There's actually an archery target up behind this storage building, so people who live here, I believe it's a family that runs the blacksmith on this side of town. Let's see. Oh, it's the innkeepers. So yeah, I guess it's good for them to know how to shoot crossbow. Here, we're gonna take a quick nap. That way we have some sunlight for the rest of this tour. Alright, time to start complaining about being thirsty. That's it. So, this house here has one of my favorite areas in back. It's got a couple jacuzzis. It's a nice little spot. One last area of town is still undeveloped. It's you could say it's a public park right now, but really it's it could be more houses for seniors. I think we're gonna have a lot more old people than 3 or 4 households worth. Now we continue over to Ezekiel's home. It's all walled in and secure. Ezekiel lives right here on the water with his wife and his child. The village believes his wife to possibly be a witch. She works here at the witch's hut. And yeah, the island, there's some gaps in the fence, so you're never really stuck off the island, but there's also spots up here to keep guard, just in case any intruders decide to visit it. So this concludes the tour of Jesustovia.